What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here about to get our first reaction to 100 KUFIS, I believe that's how you pronounce it, KUFIS, round 3. Now, I saw this on Twitter. I saw a couple of seconds of it. Was it maybe about 15 seconds of it, and dude was spitting. Dude was spitting bars, man. He was spitting some stuff. So I was like, oh, no. Let me go ahead and end it right now. And we're going to do a full reaction to this because I feel like this man got some stuff to say, man. Okay. Now, I know who he is. I know he's been in the game for a minute, the YouTube rap game for a minute. I've seen him in a bunch of ciphers and everything, but I don't have an actual reaction to him. And we're about to change that. We might have to make this man a staple on the channel. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I think that I'm about to. But based off some seconds that I watch, let's go.
What's the meaning of hip hop?
Oh, hold on.
What's the meaning of hip hop? I mean, there's probably millions of meanings, but
I love you, Poppy.
here's mine. What does it mean to be a part of this culture? How we can mold words together, now we call it a sculpture. Over the years, the same statue might hardly get noticed, but it's still considered art when it's partially broken. But it's
okay, so over the years, the same statue would be hardly noticed, right? So rap, more people start, people start listening to rap and everything. Music changes, right? Music changes monthly, if you will, right? And then you got people who and sometimes they'll stay the same, like mainstream or whatnot will be considered a statue, right? And he said it get hardly noticed because people were like, all right, it's more same old. But then every now and then you'll have an artist that will come in and they'll start doing something like completely new. So pretty much breaking it down, you know what I mean, into multiple pieces. Now, the beautiful thing about breaking things down into multiple pieces is that you can have the same statue replicated so many times, and each time it gets broken down to pieces, it's always going to form some type of unique pattern that's only unique to you and can't nobody copy. Right? If I break a statue, you break the same statue, it's going to break differently, right? I just think that's really, really good, man. So so 22 seconds, this is where I stopped it at, because then I was like, oh, hold on now. So let's keep going.
Statue might hardly get noticed, but it's still considered art when it's partially broken.
Yeah.
But it's apparent if we don't repair it, they gonna tear it down. We can't compare to what our parents did to what we hearing now, but here.
You're right. You can't. Everybody thinks their generation of music is like the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the early 2000s, like, rap was the most creative and everything. But if you go to my parents, be like, nah, that stuff was trash. You know what I'm saying?
If we don't repair it, they gonna tear it down. We can't compare to what our parents did to what we hearing now. But hear me out, if we don't care about the history of hip hop, that's like 100 laps around the track without a pit stop.
If we don't care about the history of hip hop, it's like 100 rounds, right? Just going in circles. You ain't really stopping to figure out what's going on. So at the end, you sitting there and you gassed and you wondering why. You like, oh snaps, you ain't learning from what other people did. You ain't learning to find out like what type of like faults, what things worked, in the past, and try to figure out how to mold your own style to fit it, not to fit it, but to learn from it, so that pit stop, the whole point of the pit stop is to refuel. But if you keep going and going, eventually you're gonna crash and burn.
Don't care about the history of hip hop, that's like 100 laps around the track without a pit stop. We lost so many rappers this year, from DMX, Black Rob, Shock G, Biz Markie. Now who's next? It seems death is the way to get your streams and views, cause record labels ain't gonna tell you what you need to lose.
Bro, the record labels, man, we've known this for a good amount of time, right? That as long as it's selling, as long as that's why I say this is why I like independent artists, right? Because I feel like they have a better control over their sound, right? You go to a record label, it's purely about business and less about creativity, right? You might have these fire ideas, but since they're the ones funding you and everything, it was like, I don't really like that. How about you do this? You know what I'm saying? The creativity is just absolutely destroyed. So that was good.
Death is the way to get your streams and views.
And that's unfortunate. You get more famous, when you die. It's a shame we can't recognize, well, we can, but like recognize like really, really great talent while they're still alive.
Cause record labels ain't gonna tell you what you need to lose. The coke, the perk, the molly, lean, weed, and booze. Either your life or your death, but you need to choose. See, hip hop to me is more than picking up a pen. It's more of using your voice when you picking up a friend.
See, hip hop. So to me, I've been listening to hip hop pretty much my entire life, right? So hip hop to me, I've always thought of it as just like, it's like it's another instrument. When you write in your pen in the past. So I played a saxophone, and there gets to a point to where I'll be playing like the same thing, like the head of a song, right? And then it comes to a part to where I can start soloing, right? I can actually start freestyling some stuff, and I get into this mood and I get into this sauce. Okay. So when I think of hip hop, the head of the song, I think is just you pretty much trying to get through life, going over the obstacles that you need to go over, right? And then the freestyling, rapping about, well, the freestyling part of the life is when you get on a pen and paper and you try to make sense of everything that you're just going through every day. The same motions. You done this. You went to work. You went to your 9 to 5. You're doing this over and over and over again. Same as a song. It's a head. It's a song that you practice. You're doing it over and over and over again. But eventually you want to break away from it, right? Or just get that little moment of just you being you. For me, that's playing the saxophone, just absolutely destroying on solo. And for hip hop, pen to the paper, especially if we, lyrically speaking, pen to the paper to try to make sense. You're expressing yourself, going through these everyday motions that you've been through multiple times.
To me, it's more than picking up a pen. It's more of using your voice when you picking up a friend. It's more of a way of life, less of being the trend. It's not an age, it's not a shape, it's not the color of your skin. They say that Eminem's a guest, but I guess they just couldn't adjust to the house of hip hop being his address. And yes,
Run that back.
But I guess they just couldn't adjust to the house of hip hop being his address. And yes, a lot of people.
See, I know a whole lot of people. There's the people out there that don't like Eminem strictly just because he's white, right? But Eminem has done a whole lot for the hip hop, like for hip hop in general and type of stuff. I mean, he really, really challenged, if you will, kind of like the thought of hip hop. And when we think about what kind of music that he makes right now, and most of what I've heard, when it comes to Eminem, is people say they stopped listening to him and this and this and this. I think what happened was that Eminem kind of got to a point to where, he would actually start rapping about something. Now, don't mistake me. He does sometimes got some really, really funny, crazy kind of like nonsensical lyrics and everything. But dude is a wordsmith, and it's just the way that he raps, it kind of challenges you almost to think about and listen to what he's rapping. And we in this kind of age where, especially with apps like TikTok, which fuels short attention span. And Eminem's music is not the type of music you listen to if you have a short attention span, right? You know what I mean? So he's the type of music that you bump when you're actually trying to pay attention. And I think that's what's lacking when it comes to hip hop, that nobody wants to pay attention. They want 4 lines of music, right? They want 4 lines of music, and then pre-chorus, and then chorus into oblivion, right? Something you can dance to, something you can bop to. People listening to club bangers, no matter where. They ain't even club bangers, bro. They just bangers now. But the minute somebody get up there and actually start spitting, people ain't got time for that. Be like, I gotta think too much. Get that out of here. So I think that's, one of the unique things that Eminem is still doing, is that he's able to remain himself. He got his own label and everything, retain his creativity and still make it. So
they just couldn't adjust to the house of hip hop being his address. And yes, a lot of people do consider him the best, but you give that image award to a nigga in a dress. Wow. But this is hip hop, right? But it's just not right. What other genres of music get shot at the stoplight? I bet Blake Shelton could pull up on a Clydesdale. I pull up in the Mustang, they fill me up with 5 shells. The internet said, rapper dead, album top sell. They ain't even snitching, it's a difference, how could you not tell? They say that hip hop.
Hold on now.
Album I pull up in the Mustang, they fill me up with 5 shells. The internet said, rapper dead, album top sell. They ain't even snitching, it's a difference, how could you not tell? They say that hip hop's dead, but I'm a hip hop head. I probably get shot dead by somebody I went to school with. Not necessarily somebody I was cool with, but that was on cue like a pool stick. Watch who you move with. Sometimes that dude in the driver's seat might try to profit off your prophecy. If Pac could see the hypocrisy, then we have a Pac to see. But instead we got conspiracy theories where Pac would be in.
God, run that back.
Cause sometimes that dude in the driver's seat might try to profit off your prophecy. If Pac could see the hip
profit off your prophecy, like the type of people, you know, J. Cole made a reference to that, right? All your people eating, they eating off you. I forgot the lyrics on this 9-5 South song. He said, all the people eating off your wealth, but he got people that's feeding themselves. So you got people riding your coattails, right?
hypocrisy, then we have hypocrisy. But instead we got conspiracy theories what Pac would be in hip hop to me.
And a pot to see. So I'm guessing like money.
We have hypocrisy, but instead we got conspiracy theories what Pac would be in hip hop to me. It's like water to an octopus, like a strip club to a stripper trying to pop the puss. I'm like a doctor the way I deliver verses. If you want to bring your son to the surface, then you got to push. Now if this verse was broken down and summarized, I summon gods. I'm bringing back the dead and some will rise, and some disguise themselves in a crowd that you couldn't see. But I am hip hop, and hip hop is me. That's the definition.
Hey, that's what's up, man. That was up. And I'm hip hop and hip hop is me. That's the definition, man. You know, you put that pen in the paper, man. It's gonna be something unique, you know, that you put down. I mean, it's you know what I'm saying? Like I never understood the reason to conform to certain stuff, you know, just be yourself, you know, and like he said, where does he say the sun? Hold on.
To the surface, then you got to put.
Hold on. He said something here I wanted to reference on too, real quick.
I'm like a doctor the way I deliver verses. If you want to bring your son to the surface, then you got to push.
Yeah, if you want to, so that's a good service. If you want to bring your son to the surface, then you got to push. So, you know, I just think that's just, you know, when you out here doing your thing and everything, so you got to push, you know. I mean, yeah, you got to grind and everything, but there's a little bit more to that. You know, you got to be able to, you just got to be able to retain yourself. I see so many promising artists and everything kind of, you know, they got a good start, man, good start. Then they go sign to a label, right? And then their creativity's gone for the pursuit of money or it's just self-destruction, you know. Man, it was pretty good, man. This definitely required me to think a whole lot. And those are the type of raps that I do like to listen to. I do like some of the club bangers and everything, get you moving and everything. But I think raps like this, right, the stuff that challenges you to think, those are the type of raps we need to be listening to. You know what I mean? So 100 KUFIS, you did your thing, man. I definitely need to make your stuff a staple. Like I said, I heard you on your ciphers, but I didn't know you was like, I guess I didn't know you was nice like this. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.